On September 2, 2009, the U.S. Border Patrol broke ground on the Northern Border Project. The project consists of 11 remote video surveillance towers along the St. Clair River in the Detroit sector. Of those 11 locations, the most challenging site for construction was an uninhabited island at the mouth of the St. Clair River and Lake St. Clair called Gull Island, which is also owned by the Army Corps of Engineers. Since there is no electricity on the island, it was determined that a directional bore was needed to run power from nearby Harson's Island to the tower site on Gull Island. The directional bore was drilled from Gull Island under the lake bed to the closest electric utility on Harson's Island, which was more than 4,000 feet away. Logistically, this was a challenge for the operation to take place, with the only access to the island being by boat and also hampered with winter conditions. In preparation for the boring, 2 barges loaded with equipment and an ice-breaking tugboat set out from the Delray neighborhood of Detroit en route to Gull Island in Lake St. Clair on February 12, 2010. The journey took them almost 8 hours to travel just 25 miles through the ice-covered Detroit River and Lake St. Clair. Paul Wyman of Mission Critical Solutions talks about the process of readying the equipment for the journey.
So we've got all the equipment for the barges loaded on there for boring. Directional bore from Gull Island over to Harson's Island. And we've got a bore rig and all the piping that needs to be put in the ground to do that. All the earth-moving equipment that needs to handle anything that comes out of the ground. And all the tooling, the fuel, and the facilities for people to be out there working throughout this process. We've tried to load everything onto the barges so that it is in order, relative rough order, of what is going to be needed to set up on the island. We're going to start minimum 12-hour shifts, and they will almost certainly go into 12 and 12. So it'll be around the clock once we're underway.
Once the equipment arrived at Gull Island, getting workers to and from the island was another challenge. A fan boat, much like agents used to patrol the Rio Grande River and the southern border, was chosen to ferry the workers to and from Gull Island.
We're here waiting on the airboat to Gull Island, having to use an airboat. It's quite a ways over there, and we got a lot of rough ice, we got snow, got some open water, and the only way to get there right now, other than helicopter, is via this airboat. So we can get our tools across, get the people across, food, that's important, and that pretty much does the job for us over there.
On February 17th, with all the equipment offloaded from the barges, drilling began. Special Operations Supervisor Greg Lambert, who oversees the Northern Border Project, explains the challenges and importance of the Gull Island location.
So here on Gull Island we have an 80-foot tower, and because we have a tower we're putting cameras on, we need electricity. And in this remote location we had to bore underneath the channel for 4,400 feet to get to the nearest hookup for electricity. In the next couple days we'll have electricity and we can finish this site up. Eventually, this site we would like to couple the cameras with a radar, and that radar will give greater situational awareness to our Sector Command Center on Selfridge Air National Guard Base. Gull Island is a tactically and operationally advantageous spot. We cover a lot of real estate for the technology that we buy.
On February 20th, after 4 days of boring, Harson's Island was reached. Once completed, the conduit and electric cables still need to be pulled back through the tunnel to Gull Island.
This is the point at which the bore head popped out of the ground, right down here in this pit. And of course that bore head was pushed through so that we could remove the head, and then we tie a pull eye onto it, and we pulled the conduit with the cable in it all the way over here with a pull eye on it, and we tied those two pull eyes together. Then the bore machine back on Gull Island began pulling back, and has pulled back, let's see, what, 2,700, 2,800 feet now, and they'll continue to pull back until both ends are sticking out, and we've got enough cable at both ends to get to where we tie in.
On February 21st, the pullback and electric hookup was finished, and the crew began to break down their equipment for the journey back to Del Rey. The actual time to complete the boring and electrical process to Gull Island only took 8 days, but this was after almost 2 years of planning and coordination to make the construction a seamless and successful operation.